Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Daily Current Affairs by SSB Crack Exams. I am Chetan Apurav and I'll be taking you to today's session. So let's start. And before we start, let me give you a brief about SSB Crack Exam. So we are a one-stop solution for all the defense-related examination, be it CDS, NDA, FCAT and all. For more detail regarding the courses that we offer, you can always visit on our official website learn.ssbcrackexams.com. For regular current affairs video update and defense related videos update, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel SSB Crack Exams. Follow us on Instagram as well, SSB Crack Exams, and don't forget to download our app SSB Crack Exams on Google Android Play Store for regular and immediate updates regarding the notifications. Okay, so let's start. So we'll start off with the question of the day from yesterday's session. So I asked you guys about what is minimum support price and who regulates it. So the answer for this is, see, the minimum support price is a form of market intervention by the government of India to ensure agricultural producers or farmers against any sharp fall in farm prices so that those farmers don't suffer any loss. The minimum support price are announced by the government of India at the beginning of the sowing season for certain fixed crops. Now, this is done every year, and that too on the basis of recommendations of the Commission for Agriculture posts, costs and prices. Right. So remember the keywords. It is just done so that to ensure that the farmers doesn't bear any loss due to sudden or sharp fall in the farm prices or product prices or market situations. Apart from that, it is regulated by Government of India every year, but on the recommendations of Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices. Okay, now let's move ahead. So today, the first news is a very big news coming on the topic of Gilgit-Baltistan. So India lodges protest with Islamabad over Pak court's order on Gilgit-Baltistan. So this is a very big news, and what actually is the news is that Pakistan's Supreme Court has allowed to conduct general election in the Gilgit-Baltistan region, which is currently actually in the region of Ladakh or some part of Jammu and Kashmir, basically. So that is why India has raised a strong protest against this. The Ministry of External Affairs said Pakistan was told that we have already told the Pakistani government and the court that entire Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh now both are separate union territories. Earlier they were the same state of Jammu and Kashmir, including the areas of Gilgit and Baltistan are an integral part of India, and that Islamabad should immediately vacate the areas under its illegal occupation, as it is illegally occupied by the Pakistanis. Recently, Pakistan Supreme Court allowed amendment to the government of Baltistan, Gilgit-Baltistan order of 2018. And why was it done? It was done to conduct the general elections in the region, which actually raised all these controversies. Right. So if you look at the current map of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, so this particular region is basically the Gilgit-Baltistan region, where the Supreme Court of Pakistan has recently allowed to conduct the general election. And of course, there has been a strong protest by the Indian government, or which has been raised by the Ministry of External Affairs. Right? See, there are certain statements that are being said by Ministry of External Affairs. They have said that the government of Pakistan or its judiciary has no locus stand on territories which are illegally and forcibly occupied by them. Right? Now, MEM also said that India completely rejects such actions and continued attempts to bring material changes in Pakistan occupied areas of the Indian territory of Jammu and Kashmir, which is basically our POK. Instead, Pakistan should immediately vacate all areas under its illegal occupation. We all know that POK is a region which has been illegally occupied by the Pakistanis in the Indian territory. So that is actually what the major reason was behind this protest by the Ministry of External Affairs, that the very basic thing that Gilgit-Baltistan belongs to the Indian region and it is an integral part of India. Right, so there's no point of conducting general elections by the Pakistani government. Okay, so this was all the news. Now, coming on to our next news, so PM Modi held a meeting to discuss ways to boost agricultural sector. On this issue and reforms required in agricultural sector was the main topic of the issue. Special emphasis was given on the reforms of agriculture marketing, management of marketable surplus, access of farmers to the institutional credit, and freeing agriculture sector of various restrictions with appropriate backing of the statute. Okay, stature, right? So this has been the news, and this was discussed in the meeting that was held by Prime Minister Modi. Further updates are still awaited, and the detailing of the discussion will be told in next few weeks. Okay, now moving on. So very you can say heartwarming gesture by the Indian government and the Indian Defence Forces was that they actually greeted the Corona warriors of our country. So India salutes Corona warriors. What actually was done? So a number of aircraft from Indian Air Force did a fly past over Delhi and NCR region on 3rd of May, and the flying activities combined along with the training activity to of course manage the wastage of resources, so that there is no sudden loss of resources just for the there was a show of flower showering or the flower petal showering. So for that, to avoid that, it was combined with the training regular training activity of the Indian Air Force. An opportunity flight for transport aircraft and helicopters who are involved already in moving supplies related to COVID-19 tasks. Basically, the IAF flights which are under Udan flights. They are currently working as a transporting medium for the medical supplies. Okay, fighter aircraft formations comprising of the Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-29 and the Jaguar will be flying over Rajpath and will orbit over Delhi. Right now, apart from that, Indian Navy also saluted the Corona warriors in both land, air, and seas. And what are the details? I'll tell you that. So, from land, station commander and senior naval officers across all the three commands and in the Andaman and Nicobar command met the healthcare professionals, policemen, sanitation workers, and other frontline Corona warriors to convey their appreciation on the behalf of Indian Navy and applauded their efforts in this critical situation. 1,500 Indian Navy personnel at INS Hansa in Goa expressed their appreciation by forming a human word chain saying thank you to all those Corona warriors who are fighting for us. Apart from that, earlier in the day, the SNC band played some famous numbers on a warship berth opposite to the Cochin Shipyard Limited and near Vikrant Menduruthi Bridge. Naval commands also performed on-board ex-Virat in Mumbai and in Vishakhapatnam Harbour. Apart from that, in air, if you talk about what happened through air, so Chetak helicopter of the Navy showered flower petals on the district hospital in Kochi, and it happened in many parts of the country. Chetak helicopter from INS Dega showered flower petals over Andhra Medical College and many government hospitals in Vishakhapatnam, Vizag. India Navy Chetak helicopter carried out flypasts with showering of petals over Kasturba Gandhi Hospital and Aswini Naval Hospital in Mumbai as well. Apart from that, there was the same which was done in Delhi NCR also and in Goa also. Now, moving ahead, at sea, Eastern Naval Command, INS Jalaswa and INS Savitri on their mission-based deployment saluted the Corona warriors from their behalf. In Western Naval Command, Indian Navy personnel in Arabian Sea on-board mission deployed ships expressed their appreciation, and Indian Navy personnel on board INS Vikramaditya off Karwar expressed their appreciation by forming a human word chain in thanking the Corona warriors. Southern Naval Command, steam passed by 7 fast interceptor crafts of the Navy in the channel in Kochi, displaying a banner thanking the Corona warriors. So it was a very heartly gesture which was done by the defense forces just to uplift the morals and motivate all the Corona warriors who are actually working and who are directly vulnerable to all these situations. Okay, now moving ahead. NMCG and NIUA organize Ideathon on the future of river management. So what is NMCG and NIUA? NMCG is National Mission for Clean Ganga, and under the ministry of, which comes under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. So remember these things. What are the missions and under which ministry they come? So this is very important, but that is why in every news I try to put in this. Okay, so remember this: National Mission for Clean Ganga, this comes under Ministry of Jal Shakti, and National Institute of Urban Affairs, which is NIUA, organized an ideathon on the future of river management to explore how the COVID-19 crisis can shape river management strategies for the future. We all know that all across the world, the natural resources are being healed, the pollution level is getting decreased, even the rivers, even the quality, or you can say the quality of water in polluted rivers, that is also decreasing. Quality is increasing, pollution level is decreasing. There have been significant change and noticeable improvement in the water quality of Ganga and Yamuna, which were very polluted earlier before the lockdown. So due to less human involvement, you can say the water quality is increasing, which is a very good sign. So that is something over which the focus was of the government. Right now, moving on to our next news. So again, a news from STIMST Kerala, which developed two types of swabs and viral transport medium for COVID-19 testing. Okay, so technologists at STIMST have developed two types of nasal and oral swabs and viral transport medium for COVID-19 testing. This new testing swabs will be less uncomfortable for the people, and from the person or the individuals from which the samples will be taken, it will be less painful, and you can say less uncomfortable for those individuals. Now, the swabs will be available as sterile, ready to use devices. Chitra viral transport medium, which is a specifically designed to retain the virus in its active form during its transportation for a longer duration of time from the collection point to the laboratory. Earlier, the life was really short for them. Now, moving on to our next news. So, government to fast tracks Pradhan Mantri's Employment Generation Program projects, which is in short known as PMEGP. Okay, so Ministry of MSME has done away with the role of district level task force committee in recommending proposals about what to be done or what can be done under PMEGP. Khadi and village industries, which you might find as KVI in short, commissions will directly clear applications, paving the way for swift implementation of the project as soon as possible. What is PMGEP? So it is a credit linked subsidy program aimed at generating self-employment opportunities. Okay, so this is this is Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program project. Okay, now moving ahead. So another geographical indication tag was given to a very famous product, which is your Kashmiri saffron. It is cultivated in Karewaz, or in English we can call it as highlands of Jammu and Kashmir, and this is the only saffron in the entire world which is cultivated at an altitude of 1600 to 1800 meters from the sea level. And since Iran is the highest producer of saffron in the world, India is the second largest producer of saffron. GI tag, what is this GI tag? So it is used on products that have specific geographical origin. So this Kashmir saffron is famous. This Kashmir saffron is famous to be grown only in the Kashmir region only, right? So that is its geographical origin. So a geographical indication tag is given to that kind of products only which have specific geographical origin. These are regulated under Geographical Indications of Goods Act, which came into existence in 1999. Now moving ahead. So World Bank has predicted that global poverty level will rise. Earlier in 2019, it was expected to be 8.2%, but it will rise to 8.6% by the end of the year 2020, of course, due to the global pandemic COVID-19. Okay, now what is this poverty level which is being declared by, or the standard level of poverty according to World Bank? So if a person is unable to earn more than $1.9 per day, right? Then that person will be categorized under poverty, okay, or below poverty. Informal sector employees will be affected the most as per the report, and approximately the number of people that will be affected is 2 billion people all across the world. Okay, now there are 3 more products recently which have been given the GI tag or geographical indications tag. So the first one is Koilapatti Kadalai Mittai, which is from Tamil Nadu, a candy made of peanuts. Now Chakhao, which is the black rice, interestingly, a completely black rice which is cultivated and used in Manipur. This takes longest cooking time of approximately 40 to 45 minutes, right? Now then we have Gorakhpur terracotta. This is a centuries old art form where the potters make various animal figures. Apart from that, they also apply ornamentation which is completely handmade, right? Okay, so that's it from the news. Now I'll give you just a brief update regarding the current status of COVID-19 in India. So as of now, 4th May 8 a.m. in the morning, the number of active cases is staggering 29,453. The overall cases up till now has crossed the 40,000 mark, and the number of cured patient has also significantly increased. It has gone to 11,700, but unfortunately the number of deaths has reached 1373 in total all across the country. Okay, now it's quiz time, guys, so we'll start off with the questions. The first question is, which of the following GI tag product is from Manipur? So these are all the products which have recently been given the GI tag, but only Chakhao is a product among these which is from Manipur, which is a black rice, right? Now, what geographical indications of goods act came into existence in which year? I've also told you this in this session only. So the correct answer is the act was from the year 1999. The next question is, what is the new prediction of poverty in the world by the World Bank for the year 2020? So don't get confused between these two terms. The correct answer is 8.6%. So earlier it was predicted as 8.2% in 2019. But since it has predicted that poverty will rise, the global poverty level will rise. So it will rise to 8.6% by the end of 2020. Right? So the correct answer is 8.6%. Okay, guys, so that's it. Now the question for the day is, you have to name all the products which got the GI tag in the year 2020. Okay, so write down the name of all those products in the comment section, and I'll tell you the list. I'll give you the list in the next session. Till then, thank you guys, be safe, and Jai Hind.